Hello, Collective. This is a timeless reading. Bear in mind a few details while we get ready for your reading. I am Master 7th, aka 7th, that reads these energies for you. Should you want to know who she is, what I have to offer, there is a link in the description box below for further details. However, for some insight, I am a master healer that provides remote wellness and or tarot intuitive insights. There are other various links within the description box below to help you navigate this channel and gain access to my sister channel. Either way, remember this is not a one-to-one reading. This is a general collective. And take the energies of femininity and masculinity that are non-gender specific and see how this story applies to you. Leave the rest behind. There's a somberness with here. Somber energy. Some nervousness as well. Starting with the Hermit card. All right. I don't think that this is the energy right now. I think this is the energy getting you ready for some version of isolation. However, the isolation is not supposed to trigger you in feeling sorrow or sadness. It's more so to want to empower you. In some ways, someone has chosen the road less traveled, and it's intriguing for the ether around you to carry as much wisdom as you do. Yet there is some sort of maturity missing. Not necessarily because of like mannerisms and stuff like that. More so the maturity of life. The world. Still being, sensitive to life. The word sensitive is often depicted as something like negative or lesser than, rather than knowing that when you're an individual that learns what empathy is about and how you may feel other people's emotions, that is you being over the vibration of yourself. You're selfless in that moment. And for you to believe in your mind state or your emotions, that it is sensitivity that gets you triggered, may convince you that you are less than another person. While, if anything, you're more than most. Four of Swords. So yeah, I get this is now the now, where a few moments ago I felt the energy of somber sadness. So what's first being recognized is the major arcana, and then it's a personal story. So this is, for me, very powerful because the way that I read energy, for me, the Hermit is a galaxy card. So the way the equilibrium of the world is with the intuitive feeling of what is, aka the solar system, by the galaxy or whatever it is that you claim it to be, other than Earth. However, Earth is within this sector. This is more or less the relationship. And the individualism of being eternal through time, yes, yet youthful and ancient. So the youthful energy keeps you vibrant and sensitive, yet the ancient energy keeps you sensitive from not knowing what is to come, because it's not understanding of what it's around. It's a new language. The Three of Swords. Someone really feels like they've been casted out, either emotionally, physically, abandoned by at least one person, and one is enough. Yeah. There's a sense of resistance and resiliency that you've participated in, because again, it may add weight to having chosen the road less traveled, and in doing so, you've more or less possessed this energy already, not need to seek permission to be within the energy, yet you possess this energy of the Fool. It's not that you don't care about your emotions, you deeply care, you're sensitive. It's the sensitivity is asking you to see how it can work in your favor and empower you, rather than it keeping you depressed and sad and needing others in order to give yourself permission to heal. We have the Death card. All right. Someone needs to let a relationship of the past go. The King of Swords with the Ten of Cups. The Hermit energy is really powerful, because that's what's making me be quiet, more or less. For in that space, you've been at home with your emotions and given yourself the room to be emotional. So you've cried perhaps one too many times alone when no one has seen you cry, or being in a room, small space. The less eyes are on you, the more you're allowed to give yourself permission to resurrect And I think some of you are struggling with that atmosphere. There are too many eyes around the King of Swords. They're blocking you from really being able to purge and detox. There's a level of responsibility in the role of your life that kind of distracts you from approaching the letting go of something by allowing yourself to purge it. Yet, I do feel the atmosphere within your universe picking up more that makes it almost impossible to ignore, because what you desire is emotional, an emotional available relationship. Yet you also feel that there's an emotional responsibility towards what it takes from either individuals who are participatory of your life to also show up and be available, and full disclosure, to be more emotionally available. See a lot of children in this energy. I maybe this has to do with being a teacher or running a daycare of some kind, being a nanny, but being responsible of children. And I think that may also add weight to why you're emotionally more mature and maybe unbeknownst to you also emotionally and intellectually wise. Yet there are variables within your life, person, places, or thing, that prevent you from growing further. And you're becoming, like I said, you're recognizing that a bit more through how people are unavailable for you. I think majority of you who have something to do with children see that the beauty of seeing children from that perspective is that you can more or less allow the child to just rummage free and do whatever they want, and then you kind of have a better understanding to how the child operates and what it may need, where the assistance may be needed. Some of you maybe are already also really good in healing children, creating a safe space for them to emote, and maybe they take some time to express themselves. Judgment and Two of Cups. And there is a wonderful sense of, I'm hearing the word pedigree, interesting, of this individual. And I see someone really working with primarily youth that have difficult stories, cancer and all forms of ailments, illnesses, maybe even disabilities of any kind. That sense of empathy running through you has really done something for creating the perspective of life. Like really having to grow up in ways that you just don't understand what it really takes to mature in certain emotions you don't have answers to because they're out of your control. Yet there is a devotion towards always showing up that is wonderful for ether to see. You always being considerate of others and putting others first. Yet there's a skill that you have in putting others first that also is diligent to providing mental, emotional, and physical well-being for themselves. I think that also may have to do with the fact that if you don't, you have a harder time of not taking the job at hand not as serious. It would be worse, let's put it that way. Maybe also having a personal family and doing things for maybe other individuals outside of your home because maybe that's your work has allowed you to have a more refined character about yourself and what compromise means in a household, what it means of you, and what constructive criticisms you may have for other individuals who live with you, who relate with you, who reside and share life with you in one way or another. The King of Swords earlier has been illuminated. The way you've been more or less thinking about life and emoting about life and moving about life has gotten you in a certain flow that allows the best way I can explain it is wisdom to be sought, because in that case, just like the Hermit card led the reading, in that case you remain dignified to more or less surrender to the galaxy or whomever it is that you believe are your guides, or maybe even what your faith is. I do feel that somewhere deep within is a desire for more recognition and more validation. A bit more in terms of compensation of money. Not about state of fame, but just for comfort. I'm really getting like Thundercats vibe here. Alright, like, whoa. The animated series Thundercats. Was it Katara in one of them? I don't know, I can't. You don't see that depiction, but I feel that there is such a wonderful level of handle on this sword. Like, quite literally, your hands are handling the craftsmanship, the work, the placement of your hands, the stance of defense, the stance of offense. Like, it's amazing. Two of Cups again. Someone should decide to be a bit more creative. You know? Yeah, look at that. The sun. being a bit edgy with your artwork, whatever that is, videography, painting, anything, crafting with the hands, singing, writing. Arting is expression of self. Maybe thinking about having a pseudonym. No. I'm seeing someone being on the lighter side of life, but by all means, that is not the lightest side of life. The Hierophant. In more ways than one, it's just life. And the way you piece the pieces together in your life for your sacred temple. You can feel is your homage and your safe space and a space where you can regenerate. And although there may be distractions around you, they're not out to harm you unless they're meant to inform you of something. Three of Swords. What's going on here? Oh, I don't think you know which direction to go. I think that's the concern. You don't know where life can maybe take you or what else life maybe has to offer. The ether wants you to just live within the day. So if that comes up that you can do it that day, then do it that day. Yeah. There's a need to establish trust within yourself. That trust, however, is, it's not only just needed, but it is also in pursuit of teaching you how you kick ass. And just having to rehash with you certain memories of the past to remind you of the future that you've been writing. Definitely somebody has like some type of project in mind and they're like shy. Don't be shy, do it. Do it. Do it. A little is something and a little is way more than nothing. Nothing has everything. Yeah, we can't see it. The Empress. Now is the time. Now is the time. Ooh, is somebody done go up and start creating right now? It's exciting what you can do. It's exciting what you have yet to, like, this flower is about to bloom, you know? It's like what's gonna unfold is intriguing. And let me remind you, if it's intriguing for one person that you never imagined would be putting you in a feeling that wonderment of appreciation and admiration and acknowledgement, then know that by that one person, you've tapped into many. Because let me tell you something, one person has many ancestors. Those ancestors have connections to everyone. So, first message is trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Then we have gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. We have relationships. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. We have love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. We have adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. And lastly, we have patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. I like that as your last message. All right, I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space, and may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.